Okay, it's Thanksgiving weekend here. We didn't really plan out a video for this week, so I'm just gonna go have a look at my big girl and ramble on about Retics. Alright, it's Thanksgiving weekend here. I don't really have a whole lot planned as far as the video goes, so I'm just gonna pull out my camera and see what happens. I've got my big girl here, just hanging out on top of her enclosure, as she often does. We're entering the winter season and it's a little chillier out, so they're not quite as active, even though it's not that cold here. But there's a noticeable drop in temperature. My male in there. Sula's down on the second bunk right now, but she's hidden away in a box, so we can't really see her. Let's see, where's this girl's head at? Where you at, bud? Where's your face? You're tucked away in there. That's fine. That's fine. She's looking good. Looking good. We got the stinker over here. I don't know if we can see her. Got a giant glare. Yeah, it's not much good lighting in there. We don't have too good a lighting. It's hard to see her. Anyways. I didn't have much planned for this video. Just gonna turn on my camera and ramble. And a few topics I was gonna talk about in later videos, but we'll save those for when I'm a little bit more prepared to talk about them. Oh, good. Come say hi. Come say hi so we can see your face. She probably notices me over here. And what are you doing? I'm trying to sleep over here. She's actually, let's see here. You see that heater back there? She's positioned right smack dab above it. And she's a smart snake. She's a smart snake, staying warm. So, that's Priscilla. I guess she'll be the feature of this video today. Looking good. Looking good. I just ordered food for everybody. It should be here in about a week or so. Well, maybe a little more than a week. I think it was like 10 to 12 days. So, now that it's cooler weather though, they don't seem quite as hungry. I think in the wild they feed during certain parts of the season, and then certain parts of the season they take off feed. At least certain retics do. In the wild, they eat seasonally. At least this is what I've heard. I was talking to somebody who's pretty knowledgeable about retics, and his theory is that these guys should be fed seasonally. So he'll actually give his retics about 6 or 7 months off during the cooler months of the year from eating, and then he only feeds them about 4 or 5 months out of the year. That's how he does things. And he happens to have some of the biggest retics you're gonna see in captivity. So I may experiment with that someday. Seasonal feedings. See how it does. Could be good for their health. Giving them an extended break from eating. Like this girl, she's showing no signs of really being active or hungry. She's just been kind of chilling up here the last few weeks. Not really doing too much. Like I said, the temperature's dropped here, but in California that doesn't really mean a whole lot. It goes from being in the mid to low 80s in my room down to low 70s. Maybe on a really cold day like high 60s. 68, 69. Which it's cool, but it's not dangerously cool for retics. In fact, sometimes they prefer that. If they have their choice between a spot in like the high 60s and 70s, oftentimes you'll find them on the cooler side. But right now she's snuggled up to this little warm spot where the heater resides. She's looking real good. I've got to get her, well, actually I want to give her a little space before I measure her again. Allow her to put on a little growth. She looks like she's getting a little longer. She's in the 19-foot range. Slowly, patiently awaiting her to break that 20-foot mark. Break that 20-foot barrier. Still keeping my fingers crossed that she's gonna make it. Slowly but steadily. Alright. Well, that's probably gonna do it for this video. We've rambled on long enough. And we'll see you guys all later. God bless.